get out of here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Got 160 of that. I gotta do another 100. Here's this extra key, guys.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I
Yeah.
remembered as I walked out the door.
John and Laura rented out the town hall for Thanksgiving.
What happened to the girl that asked for it?
She was gonna drop off, remember? She had
She
called me and she dropped me
recorded it,
off and
she
check and everything.
Oh,
She wanted it. You gave her the
yeah.
And she
flyer.
filled it out and she was gonna stop at your house. She called me and I said, stop at his house and get
Yeah,
it.
she gave me everything, but she never got back with me again after that.
Did
Well,
she
she
pay?
paid-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she paid and she gave him the
Then it's rented to her then.
yeah.
If she'd already paid you and signed the contract, then you can't rent it to
Was
more.
hers on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Okay, that's the one that I was looking for.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's the paperwork I was looking
Oh,
for.
it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
She paid me at home, so it's sitting at home on the table. Shit, I'm gonna have to talk to Laura then. Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's go through the meeting then.
We told her when John called, I said, it's already rented. A girl on Halloween rented it.
Okay.
Let's
So,
yeah.
let's stand here for a minute and be quiet. You'll be able to edit the first part of that tape.
Oh, okay. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah. Just the conversation we're having. Let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Say the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are we live?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Because that first part isn't part of the meeting.
Right.
That's the thing, the live.
It starts with the pledge. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So roll call. Russ is on, I'll call it vacation. He's down out of town. So it's Sue's here. I'm here and Frank is here. This time we have no public here. So there's no public comment. Previous meeting minutes are right there. If you will look them over real quick. All right, here,
Yeah.
look them over real quick
Okay.
and then we'll talk about
Accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second that. On favor, aye.
Aye.
It's done. Right away, look here. So, and hand it to him. That's his minutes.
Where do I sign it?
Remember.
Member. Okay.
Signature. Do the rest. Okay, takes care of the minutes. Treasurer's report.
Okay. Couple things for that. Yeah, so these are the two proposals. So these are the proposals that we originally talked about in September, I believe it was. The first proposal got a little added to it because we received some letters from the IRS about our previous payroll taxes, and we have some due. So I added that to the first proposal to have the CPA go over that as well. Essentially, the two packages. Package A is for CPA to go over our financial records from 2022 through 2025. Basically, just double check, vet everything, make sure that I haven't missed anything or that I need to go back and fill something out. And if so, then help me with filling that out or coming up with the solution for whatever we might missed or whatever comes. The second one is for converting the town to a software system for most of our booking needs. So potentially payroll would be through that, but definitely all of our bookkeeping as far as the ledgers and whatnot would go through the software. So they'd help us find software, figure out how we're going to implement it, and then get it implemented.
I noticed on that municipal website, Frankie, that a lot of the small towns are talking about using different softwares.
Yeah.
Everybody's asking, well, what do you use? What do you use?
So-
There's all kinds of them.
There's about 5 to 10 different versions that would work for us. Probably only about 2 or 3 of those are in our price range for our size.
That's about what I'm reading out all of that.
Yeah. So yeah, so we should be able to come up with 2 or 3 options to compare and then pick one of them. And go from there.
Okay.
So the bids outline what exactly we need done, the deliverables we want from it, a rough schedule. We will be flexible on the schedule since we'll be working with some CPAs and businesses. Basic instructions for submission, evaluation criteria, and the various terms and conditions. Some quotes or questions. Any current questions about the packages?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We just had an audit just in this past spring with the State Board of Accounts that they went through all the books from 22 to up through 24. So
Mhm.
what are you looking for? The
Just
Steve passed,
anything-
everything was passed and approved by the State Board of Accounts.
Yeah.
So what are we going back and looking for?
Just anything that might be missed. The main cause for concern is the letters from the IRS that I was talking about earlier that we got. That's what those are.
Or how come they didn't find this when they did the audit?
Yeah,
They
I
don't look for
know.
that kind of stuff. There's so many things to be looking for and they just look, they explained that to us when we were here and Steve was here. They just look for general stuff. And if they see something that gives them a red flag, that's what they do. This is the IRS sits down tooth and nail and goes through stuff. And then that's where they come up with, well, you didn't pay enough. So the CPA would help us keep, that's why we need the program. Program would help keep that current so that we make sure we do all the proper reporting and make sure that we meet the needs. So that's the reason we're going with the CPA to try to help us get current with it. So it's not, so that doesn't happen again.
And basically, it also boils down to I just don't have enough time or know how to do this all myself. So I need to bring in somebody who has the know-how and we can pay
So
for
we're gonna pay you to do the clerk treasurer job and we're gonna pay a CPA and a software to do the clerk treasurer's job?
So we're first going to pay the project or the package A is about double checking all of my working, making sure that I've done everything correctly, that I haven't messed anything up. The second package is about software that will make my job easier and make it easier for anyone who comes after me as well. Because we'll be putting in things like procedures in place so that way, whereas like when I took over for Steve, he just kind of had to show me some stuff and then I kind of had to figure out everything else left. After this, we will have standard operating procedures that any clerk will be able to look at and know exactly how we've been doing things, how to continue to do things, so on and so forth.
You know, do whatever you're gonna do. I just have a problem with paying a clerk treasurer to do the clerk treasurer's job, and now we're gonna pay 2 other people to do the job too, because you just said you don't know how. If you don't know how to do it, then maybe we need to find somebody else.
You would like to,
And I don't,
I would be fine with that.
Yeah, what it amounts to, Sue, is that I'm not sure I understand where you're coming from on this because we talked about this when Steve was doing it. We talked about bringing somebody in that dealt with this kind of stuff.
and they did,
So-
they did the audit.
No, they didn't. That was the state that came in. That was not a CPA. The CPA is somebody
I know what
totally,
a CPA is.
it's
Ron
totally
just-
independent of the state.
Yeah,
Okay, they're their own entity. They are the ones that are gonna look at it. It's like a third party looking at it and going through it and saying, hey, you guys didn't do this, you need to do this. Because they know how the state looks at stuff. So that way, when we present it, and I told Steve several times to get a CPA to help us look over the stuff. He just never did it. He's gonna do it, and that's great, because we need this so we don't get our butts in a ringer. Because of like the taxes. Really what it amounts to is,
Steve
The
didn't do
te-
his
the
job,
pay- the
and
pay-
so,
I'm not
Yeah.
having a problem with Steve. Steve did a fantastic job for the pay he's getting. Just like he's doing the job he's getting paid for. Those IRS taxes,
mhm.
if I'm not mistaken, and they might end up being that way, we might have to pay for them, you and me, and Steve and Russ. That might have to come out of our pay. Because those are taxes that weren't kept out of our check. to pay the state.
But every time when Steve did our paychecks, he took taxes out.
He didn't take the right amount out.
Hmm.
That's what the IRS is saying. And that's why the town has to pay that money now, because we didn't keep enough money out.
And to be clear, the things that he filed for this, I just filed a stack of them, and I'm not sure that they're accurate either. So that's why I want my work reviewed as well. Because, and just to be clear for the record and everything, when I took over this position, and now I do not have a CPA license. I have a,
Yeah, nobody's ever done this, does.
exactly. But so I just have a general kind of background in finance. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. But a CPA, they know all the guidelines, they know everything. So I can run it by them and feel much more secure about that our books are good.
So is this gonna be an ongoing monthly
No,
thing?
no.
They're just gonna come in and review
They review everything to
up
get us
to
up to
25.
Right, and then the other one is to get us the programming, so that we have the programming in place. It's a one-time thing. Get that all set up and going, then we're done with it. Yeah.
And what's this gonna cost the town? Do we have any
don't
idea yet?
Don't know. So I put in the bids that there's a cap of $20,000. That is simply because that's like if we got a big firm, paid them top dollar, it took them the longest amount of time.
That's 20,000 for a CPA.
Exactly. But more realistically, we're looking somewhere around 5 to 10,000, I would guess. That's still a guess. That's why we're gonna do the bid package.
Not just gonna say, that's why we do the bid package. We'll see we'll send it out to 3, 4 CPAs and get their bids back, and we'll be able to get a better idea of what it's gonna cost us. And then once we find out what it's gonna cost us, then we're gonna have to sit down and figure out where we're gonna pay for it.
And then this other package is just software you wanna load on the computer that does all that.
QuickBooks, basically.
Okay, yeah.
QuickBooks. So I'll still have to, every month input everything into the QuickBooks and
Right.
get it all set up and everything. There will still be work for the clerk treasurer to do, don't get me wrong. But there'll be less work and it'll be more organized is the thing.
And what's that gonna cost the town on a monthly basis, or is it
The
yearly?
QuickBooks monthly, I think, is like 300.
So it is QuickBooks is what you're gonna,
No, it's not QuickBooks.
Well, I
It's-
mean, but
We'll have to look into it.
yeah,
I don't know
like
how much it
QuickBooks.
was.
It's like QuickBooks, and
Yeah.
the fire department right now is paying, I think it's like 270 something. I don't know if it's a month. I think it's a quarter.
And that's part of the second packages process is they will come back to us with the different pieces of
Recommended.
software and say,
Yeah.
this one will cost you that much, that one will cost you that much, and then we'll be able.
And that's what I was talking about with the municipal site. They're doing the same thing. They're trying to find out a company that, or a program that gives them for the best bang for their buck and lets them do what needs to be done, that the state has for guidance and stuff.
well, that's what you gotta do in order to get the books done, I guess. That's what we're gonna have to do, cause the bills need paid, and
Yeah.
Duke called us twice now this week looking for money.
Yeah, which I'm not sure why I paid up they're paid up. So, and also, can you get the guy's phone number next time he calls? Because he left me a general phone number and I haven't been able to get in contact with him specifically. So,
I can ask Steve if he still has it on his phone. Cause they call
Okay.
Steve, cause his name's still on everything as the town clerk,
yeah.
so
You get that changed then, yeah. Okay, well, I'll make a motion to go ahead and send the bid packages out to, like I said, at least 4 different CPAs.
The only two that I have right now are Steve, is it Steve's sister-in-law? Or
Sister Rhonda Conrad.
is it Rhonda Conrad, and then the gentleman I just used out of Danville, Carrie Barrett.
And then get the girl from Covington that she does
That's right.
the other towns and stuff, not the towns, but the fire department and the farms. So she might be,
Remember her name?
no, I can get it for you.
Yeah, and there's,
Okay.
and Missy, I can't think of her name,
Yeah.
she's part of she's the one that did all the audits through state, she works for State Board of Accounts, but she is certified public, and she does things on the side too, CPA. She's the one that did the audit for the town. I can't think of,
She'd be perfect then. So
she's from Cuga.
if you can find out her info and send it to me, then
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, get as many as we can, 3, 4, whatever. And
So,
okay,
and then that I believe was everything as far as financials is concerned. So still working on.
all in favor of the motion?
Sure, yeah.
2-0. Okay, you said that's all for your treasurer? Uh, old business. Generator pad, nothing new on that. Uh, Ricketts Electric came out and he called me and what was I doing? I was doing something out on the tractor, I think at the landfill, and I said, let me call you back. And my bad, I didn't. So I'll have to get a hold of him and find out what his questions are. Maybe he's got the bid, I don't know.
No update right now?
And so no update right now. Tall grass ordinance, the two, maybe 5 minutes. The
Okay.
two, well, yeah, the two properties, three properties would be the Ohio and then Sherry's two properties. Actually, I think we decided to,
Sherry's mowed one of hers, mowed hers, but I don't know what they did, if they did anything to her mom's. I mean, it's still over,
it's been mowed over there. Okay,
well,
well, her mom's, they mowed it that one time before
yeah,
the contractor got in there, so it's been mowed once. I mowed the front of the trailer. Where I
oh,
was cutting my yard. I cut it down. I didn't pick it up. I cut it down because it just was looking.
yeah,
So I cut it down and now it's all laying so flat now. So I think we just table it until spring and then
yeah,
yeah,
okay,
we'll have Ingrid send letters one more time, wait the period of time and go ahead and post the doors again and then go ahead and
Just go in there,
go
clean
out
'em up.
and get them cleaned up again. So that's what I recommend on the tall grass ones. Road signs, no new information at this time.
Hold on real quick. Are we making an official motion to table that or
Well,
till spring?
there's not, yeah, okay, yes. Table till, I make a motion to table the tall grass ordinances until spring. March, is that right?
Yeah, March, April, we have some grass starts growing about in April, so
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll table
the
till
March
March,
meeting,
March
make a
meeting.
decision.
I'll make that motion. You second.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, I second,
Okay, all in favor, aye.
aye,
The motion carries 2-0. Road signs, nothing new, as far as we've got them.
No, I
Have any
didn't
more?
look into
Okay.
the town sign, so.
Okay, let's get that. But nothing new on it. Fuel tanks, nothing new on the fuel tanks. I've actually got a bid in on one right now, so see what happens. It's up tomorrow, so we'll see. Tree trimming, we're still waiting. Nothing happening there. So Jackson Street property, oh, that's Moore's property. We met, Frank and I met there. We went through it. First time I went in the house, it's gonna be a problem. What we came up with is like we talked about. Let's get the outside cut down, cleaned up.
yeah,
Let's get the trash on the outside and on the inside picked up. And then we can look to see if somebody wants to take it on. My guess is they're not going to. So then we're gonna have to start trying to look for a grant to
tear it down.
tear it down.
Yeah,
Because
I'm sure
it's-
no one's lived in it since Dave lived there and he just up and died, so probably every single thing that was in that house when he died is probably still in there with animals that's been in and out of it.
we found a bunch of paperwork, personal paperwork, and I've got it, and I'm gonna
Of
take it out.
Dave's,
Dave.
yeah.
I'm gonna take it out to the Moore boy, Michael, I
Yeah.
think it is. He's in Independence.
And it is clear there have been multiple people through there.
Oh, yeah,
who
yeah,
have-
people have been-
turned
So
it
forget-
over and-
yeah.
They throwed stuff everywhere.
Oh, I figured that, that,
But it's a hazard because the floor is breaking through in several places. It's
Yeah.
rotted out.
yeah,
We got two holes
Holes in
for
the
water
roof.
coming through. So anyway,
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be, but like I told Frank, I said, what I think we do, once you get the shrubbery and everything out of the way and get a dumpster there and get all the trash picked up around the outside, then maybe we could look for a bid, but I think if we can hire a couple guys, couple kids, whatever, just start, get a couple wheelbarrows,
hauling garbage
fill it
out.
out and put it in the dumpster, haul it out. So the inside will be emptied.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about sweeping and cleaning. I'm just
Right.
talking all the big
All
stuff.
the
Use a
junk.
rake and rake it up, put it in the wheelbarrow and put it in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Get everything out of the inside that's there, and then we can go from there.
right.
So that's my
Well,
recommendation.
the house is well over 100 years old and it's not been maintained. Dave moved into it and it was a mess.
And what I'm looking to
And
do,
then he lived there for several years and then he died in 17. So
Right.
yeah, it's been setting
Yeah.
20 years, close to 20 years, just
in
deteriorating.
looking at it, I mean, we've got, what was it, 5 trees, Frankie, big trees to stay, about 5 big trees I think will stay on the property. And if anybody buys the property, they'll probably take some of them out so they could put a house there. But at any rate, 5 big trees, but they're far enough away from the house.
Hmm.
There's an evergreen and a bunch of other shrubbery that's about a foot from the house. I think that all needs to be cut down so that you can actually see the house
yeah.
and cleared away, just, cleared away. And something I thought about is, but we'll have to see what the bids come in at to do the cleaning of the shrubbery and stuff. But I thought about too is maybe setting it up to where it could be cut away and cleared away and have them chip the stuff instead of trying to haul it all down to the brush pile, because that's a lot of brush.
Yeah.
It's a lot of brush. So
That's a
anyway,
mess over there.
that's the Jackson property. That's what I recommend on. So I'll put together 2 bid packages similar to this for the set of cleaning up the trees, the shrubbery on the outside, and then also a bid package for trash. And then I'll bring them here and we'll look at them, and then if they're good, we'll send them to, we'll pick people out that I know that 2 have notified me already that's interested. So we'll send them the packages and see where it goes. Anything else on that? Okay, Halloween. I think it went fine.
It
For
went
what we
fine.
had.
What we had,
For what we
25
had.
kids.
I'm like, man, I just still can't believe.
I know it. That's the lowest
And
amount of kids we
It
had
is,
ever.
and I mean, it was low all the whole town. I mean, it
Yeah.
was. And the simple thing is, over at like West Lebanon and Attica and Williamsport, they were packed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't guess it. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe a lot of people just didn't realize we were doing anything. I mean,
Well,
we've lived out here, done it every year on but Thanksgiving was Saturday after. So
one thing I just want to bring up, so that way it'll be in the minutes and everything for next year, is doing the trick or treat map, having people
Yeah,
submit next year.
That is a good idea. We
and
talked about that.
flyers in the post office or a card sent to everybody in town,
Yeah.
Sure.
letting them know that
Sure.
we are
Yep.
actually doing Halloween, because not everybody's on the community page.
Nope. Let's make
Yeah,
that
so-
note. Yeah, that's a good thing.
So, anytime we're doing anything, flyers need made and hung in the post office.
Okay. New drainage.
Oh,
Is
The
that your guy?
property,
Yeah.
that they
I
bought.
haven't heard anything. So.
We haven't either. I haven't seen them.
Okay, nothing new, no update. Anything new? New
Nope.
business?
I don't have anything. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
So there you go. Steve Boland.
Hanging out with Rick Miller, one of our friends. He always says, Steve got bowling tonight? No, Steve's
Those are
never
little
bowled.
balls, bowling
He
balls.
plays with a little ball. Yeah, he's playing pool.